Welcome back to My Record Road Trip. Today we are in Rocklin, California at High Tones Records. We're going to talk to the owners, Tim and Christine, a father-daughter duo, which I can appreciate since I've got a daughter duo of my own. We're going to talk to them, ask them some questions, and pick up some new vinyl. So let's go check it out. All right, we're here with Tim and Christine, the co-owners and father-daughter duo at High Tones Records. So could you tell us a little about how you got into this?
So back in the 90s, I had a store in Rocklin as well called Big Checker Records. It was on Pacific Street, and we had a little run with that for a couple of years. It was a lot of fun, but I also had a regular career that I needed to take care of some things. So we ended up shutting that store down, and then later on, probably about 10 years ago, I had some family things come up, and I was committed to 2 days a week in Sacramento for my other business, and I decided to kill some time, and I rented a shelf at an antique mall, and this is kind of what happened. And then Christine's been with us for 5 or 6 years. Yep. She's a big part of High Tones.
How long have you been involved?
Since before COVID, so I would say 2018, 2019.
Is it like working with your dad?
For the most part, it's good. You know, every once in a while we butt heads, but yeah, we just pretty much know what to do our own thing. Most of the time he's on CDs, I'm on vinyl, and then cool. We just mix up as far as other stuff in the store, so yeah.
And the first store you had, you showed me a YouTube clip at some point. Where can people find that clip if they want to see that?
That clip's on YouTube. It's under Big Checker Records. It's a little tiny store that was on Pacific Street in Rocklin. Should be on our High Tones Record Store YouTube channel.
And I'll leave a link. I'll find it. And so when you guys first started working together, is there anything you wanted to focus on? Like certain kinds of music you put in here?
There was no set genre per se, so we catered to a lot of people.
Okay.
I mean, we have punk records, we have jazz records, we have blues records, rock and pop and hip hop and rap. And so there's never been a focus on one genre. We just want to take care of all of our customers. And our used records that we kind of pride ourselves on, we play grade most of our records. We don't use a grading system, VG, VG+. We make notations. Christine does on all the records that'll tell you if there's any slight imperfection or anything like that. So we're really sticklers on quality.
Yeah, and he's good for like older stuff. Like I know like classic rock and jazz and stuff, but he's, you know, growing up he listened to a lot of like punk, so he's better with those titles and which artists to bring in, whereas I don't like to, but I'll look at TikTok and see what's trending and then see what current artists you need to bring in and sell, so yeah.
And then also when you close that other shop, that inventory, did you hold on to it and use it?
I did actually keep some of that inventory back in the day, yeah. And we've had records that we've sold 20 years ago that have come back in. We had a certain price label that we used. And we always use outer sleeves on the records. We don't sticker up covers. You know, cost us a few pennies to do that, but you go home and you have something that's not stickered up.
Yeah. So you've seen those records come back?
We've seen them cycle back in. And our bargain records are super clean as well, so we don't put out any junk.
So can people sell you their
we do buy collections. Okay. We're very picky on what we buy. Back
to the whole quality, you know. I mean, just because you can get a certain title doesn't mean that you should buy it, because it's sure we love all of the 80s metal and punk and even old school jazz, but if it's scratched up, it's not going to play well. So it's not worth our time and it's not worth your money to spend that.
I've personally bought records here. You break down on your labels. You do a good job in describing, the condition, the pressing. So that must take a lot of time when you actually do get stuff in here to do that.
It does. I mean, it adds a little bit more. But I think for consistency-wise, it's helpful because then you know exactly as a consumer what you're buying. And then we also add, what pressing it is, so that way that saves you the work if you're cataloging it on Discogs.
Yeah.
We could have thousands of more records in here if we had the room, but we have a certain criteria and quality. Obviously, we've said it numerous times here, but that's our big focus.
Is there anything you guys specialize in, or anything you think you might have that most people may not?
We're an authorized Blue Note jazz dealer.
Okay.
There's not many of those in the area here. We have a lot of Not necessarily original pressings of punk and metal titles, but we're pretty heavy into that stuff as well. And then obviously your current artists, Christine knows
Yeah.
who to bring in, who to buy, who's trending,
Yeah.
that type of thing. So
I like that section you have too, just specifically new artists.
Really, that section between the new arrivals, the current artists, the hip hop. Some people will just hit those bins up and they'll be done because they're like, all right, I already hit my budget. Like, I'm good.
yeah, they hit it real quick and they're out of here. So
But yeah, it's nice to have like the new arrivals bins because then if you are short on time, then you don't have to look through everything else.
You guys are Record Store Day affiliated.
yes, we are.
I was here on Record Store Day, Black Friday Record Store Day.
That's a busy day.
And they have a cool system. Could you explain the system that you have?
So I came up with a system that a lot of stores, everybody comes in and just hits the bins, the 2 or 3 bins, and fights for titles. So what we do is we have a card system that we basically lay out on the counter here. We clean all this off, and customers can come in and pick 2 different artists, 2 different records. And once the line dies down, they can actually go back through again and pick up more. But we keep the records behind the counter. You bring us the cards, we hand it to you, and everybody's happy and there's no fighting or anything like that.
And as far as like limiting the titles, we do that so people that don't have the time to camp out at midnight when we open at 11 our normal time. So it gives them a fair chance, and also it prevents scalpers from grabbing all of the great titles.
And everybody curates Record Store Day differently.
Right.
We want to sell those titles either that day or over the weekend and not have a bunch of excess inventory. And I think that Christine does a really good job of not overbuying and buying titles that people want and they're desirable, and it works well.
Is there anything that you would want people to know about your store that maybe they wouldn't consider?
If you don't see an album, like either CD or vinyl, that's not in store, we also take requests, so we're more than happy
We do special orders.
try to track it down, whether it's an original pressing from back in the day or if it's a new album. We're here to help. So,
Do you guys do you have a website?
We do. We
Yeah.
have 2 websites. We have hightonesrecordstore.com, and then we have a new site which has well over 1 million SKUs, which is hightonsonline.com. And those records ship directly from our distributors and labels. So there's a big variety on there. Obviously, we can't stock that many SKUs in our store.
I want to ask about personal collections.
Okay.
Is there stuff that comes in here that doesn't make it and goes straight home?
There's a few items that,
Oh, yeah.
that we put aside for ourselves. Not a ton, but we've had some metal collections come in the past. We've had some GNR Japanese sealed pressings and Alice in Chains 3-legged dog records.
yeah, it's just stuff, that you're not going to see again.
Right.
Or when you do, what's the condition going to be? So
And Christine's gone
Might
through
as
my,
well.
yeah,
keep it.
she's gone through my personal collection and pulled out records like, wow, you have this and you
Yeah.
have this. And that's from 20 years
Well,
ago,
like
30
that.
years ago.
He has a 3-legged, Alice in Chains record sealed from when he bought it at Tower
That's great.
on clearance for like $3.
I just found an original pressing of Pearl Jam's 10 that has the Beats tag
Yeah,
on it.
yeah.
But I think I got it from the Audio Nerd like in 2008.
Okay.
I
Nice.
didn't even know I had because a lot of my stuff's in storage.
Yeah.
And I was flipping through going, oh my gosh,
Wow,
I didn't
yeah.
even know I had this.
It's a good find.
Well, yeah, that's the thing, like going through his collection, it was like, oh, you have this and you have this. This is what everyone's looking for, but they're not going to get access to
We've
it.
got a couple still from Big Checker Records, our other store back in the day, sealed Ramones Pleasant Dreams albums that are
Nice.
highly sought after original pressings of that. So those are the Ramones are one of my favorite bands of
Yeah.
all times, including Devo. And
But even, like I, more so me than him, I'll still support, artists' websites. So purchasing directly from the artists. And if there's a limited drop, there's even a record I think I got last year. It was like $20 or $30. I looked it up last night and it's like $225 is the median on Discogs. So you never know.
Point is, buy what you like. 'Cause
Yeah.
buy what you like, and that's what we
Yeah,
tell
yeah.
people. And another thing we tell people in the store too, records are expensive, especially new pressings. We tell them to, pull it up on Spotify or YouTube or something, stream it, listen to it, and if you really want it, call us back and we'll hold it for you, you know, because sometimes you may not like it. You like 3 or 4 tracks and the rest of the album you're not a fan of. It's not worth spending your money on.
Yeah, which I mean, you know, obviously we're a physical media store, so we appreciate physical media and the aspects of it, but in the world of streaming, it is very helpful to where you can stream that record ahead of time. So you're not spending $40 or $50 on a brand new album that was just released. You buy it and you're like, I don't like this. I'm never going to spin it. So that's kind of helpful to have.
It is. And also bargain bins are helpful too, because
that's right.
Not sure or never heard of, maybe not sure about.
And there's people that'll
might find something that's amazing that
exactly.
Yeah, there's people that'll take a chance on a record just because, oh, I like the cover.
Yeah.
I'll try it, or I like that label. You know, I think that's a good label. Yeah. And like I said, I think earlier, our bargain records are super clean too. They meet basically the standards of what we put out in our normal bins, but they may have sat here for a minute and it's time to find a new home. So.
All right. Well, I want to thank you too.
You're welcome. Appreciate you guys stopping by.
Thanks for coming by.
And I know you guys were a little nervous, but I think it worked out fine.
There we go.
Yeah, I love being in front of the camera. It's so much fun.
Exactly.
Well, thank you for coming by on another stop on my record road trip. I want to thank Tim and Christine for letting us come by.
You bet.
Now we are going to go pick up some new music.
Sounds good. And find Dan.
Oh, and we're going to talk to Dan.
Yeah.
Dan the man.
There he is.
Hello, everybody. This is Dan. This is the 3rd video he's been in for me, and I have to ask him some questions.
Keep running into each other.
That's right. So you were just telling me earlier, High Tones is your place to come to.
Yeah.
Can you tell us why?
So, you know, I'm local to the area, you know, and earlier this year I got serious about collecting. So I obviously explored, tried, you know, all the places around town. And here specifically, I found it's the most well curated. It's just clean, organized. It's really easy to come here after work on a Friday for me. When I do come here, and I don't even check the records anymore, right? If it's a used one, because I know that what they're putting out on the floor for sale, they've already looked over. The prices are fair. You know, some of the other places around here are a little pricier, you know, and I get it. It's a business. You got to make money. But here it's definitely just, it's easy. If I've got 30 minutes, I can come here. If I want to hang out for 3 hours, I hang out and I bug them. So.
And you've been here every time I've been here, so that says he hangs out here a lot.
Yeah, pretty much. This is my 2nd time here this week. But.
Well, I appreciate you.
Yeah, of course, man.
Thank you.
You're welcome, man.
And I'm sure I'll be seeing you around.
Yeah, I'm sure we'll see each other at the fairs, and I want to go check out some of the other places that you've had on the channel.
Yeah, I don't think I've been to a bad place. They all have their unique vision and how they want to run their store.
Yeah.
I think it works for them.
Yeah.
So that's Dan, the record band. That's what I'm going to call it.
There you go. Yeah, of course, man.
I want to thank Tim and Christine again for letting us come in and showing us around and answering our silly little questions. And of course, like always, we picked up a few things. I got the House of Pain 30th anniversary of their self-titled album. I got Midnight Oil, Diesel and Dust. I got the LA Originals Netflix original documentary soundtrack. And then Lily picked up Rainbow Kitten Surprise, How to Friend, Love, and Freefall. And then they also threw in a very cool High Tones Records t-shirt, which I will definitely be rocking. All right, well, I want to thank you again for watching another episode of My Record Road Trip. Come check out High Tones Records if you're in Rocklin. Don't forget to like, subscribe, leave a comment, Instagram, TikTok. We like doing this. We're having a good time. Show us that you like it too, so we can keep doing it. Check us out again on the next stop on My Record Road Trip. Peace.